If it's in your urine, it is in your brain every time. So a simple urine mycotoxin level, if it's positive, you have it in your brain. So if you think about it, if it comes in through your nose and it ends up in your urine, where is it? It's
Everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. So it's not a big jump to understand that. Everywhere includes your brain.
Now, what are the steps to give people some hope? Okay, you've got mold in your brain. What steps do you take? I know you are a leading expert in surgeries, but what does it involve to give someone a chance to take their brain back and help get that out of the brain?
Yeah, you ask really good questions. I try to tell people, what is your most precious possession? It's your brain, and you got to treat it that it's important, and you got to do these things correct so you don't get permanent damage, cognition issues so you can't work or remember anything, or severe fatigue so you can't do anything, or even paralysis. So that's why you really need to get into a safe place as quickly as you can. And sometimes it's really easy. It's something simple, had a leaky toilet or something like that. And you just got to remove everything that got wet, and then everything has to be decontaminated. But that's an easy situation. I think when you think about the brain, you want to do everything possible to preserve it. So the first step is getting into a safe place. And the second step is getting your pituitary, all your hormones balanced. And the third step is you've got to rinse your nose out with antifungals every day. And you've got to take some oral antifungals. And then you've got to take some detoxification things. We use oxygen is really important to get it out of the brain. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to get it out of the brain without oxygen. Oxygen meaning you're breathing oxygen 100% for 2 hours a day while you're doing something else. And then we use glutathione, NAC, and a liver cleanse product, and then a multivitamin called Intramax, unsweetened. So that's got about 413 items in it bound to carbon. So that saves, 100 bottles of stuff you have to take. So it makes it a lot easier. And then that's pretty much this capsule of what they have to do medically. But the main thing is getting their air right. Now, there's some new technology that we're using bipolar ionization, which does not make any ozone, underlined 5 times, no ozone, and no hydroxyl, underlined 5 times. So if it has an odor, it's no. Don't use that because it destroys your cilia. And the Israelis invented this, and it's called a D6 stereonizer. It's rated for 6,000 CFMs. So you can have a fan going 6,000 CFM, which is like an industrial fan versus a house fan. And we put it in freestanding fans with a HEPA filter on the back, and then we put it in their central system. That makes 1 trillion ions per second. It fills up a room in seconds, floor to ceiling. So what it does is it removes mold, mycotoxins, VOCs, viruses, and bacteria from the air, not the contents. So that gives people a boost immediately until they can do the rest of the stuff. And there's a bunch of ionizers out there, and all of them aren't created equal. So this is the best one, we think, but because of the output. And also it's self-cleaning. Most of the others you have to clean yourself and clean off the electrodes or it stops working. So this doesn't do that. This has been a big boost. It's not the answer. It's just another part of the puzzle. It does help people right away start feeling better.
So you put this up with where your air system is?
Yeah, you put it, there's a freestanding fan that has one in it, and there's the fan in your central heating and air system has one in the blow side of the fan. So there's 2 of them, or however many systems you have. And so the people that we use, that's the first step when they visit a house, because that's a low-hanging fruit. They can do that in 20 minutes and then put a fan. So you start knocking out the VOCs, the mycotoxins from the air right away in the room they're in. So it's been really helpful for people, but you still got to fix your house. It's just, there's no way around that.
Right. You still have to remove the source of the mold and the mycotoxins that are being produced day in and day out.
That's right.